And welcome everybody to a Thursday night. We're back with the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series, and we are at Bristol, baby. We've got 200 laps of beating and banging tonight. Well, hopefully not too much beating and banging, but things happen at Bristol. Tempers do fly. We will have some cautions here tonight, but we got a pretty good big size field here. I think we've got 27 trucks that are going to take the grid here tonight. Practice looked pretty solid. I mean, these trucks look hooked up tonight, Jamie.
They are, and they are flying. I mean, we got trucks getting around here at 14.7 seconds. I mean, that's blistering fast. So, hopefully, we're going to get a good race here tonight. Hopefully, these guys will show a little bit of patience and let this race get settled in. Uh, but yeah, looking forward to it. Should be a good show.
Yep, and qualifying is just finished up, so we'll get to our starting grid here tonight. Sponsored by Jam Printing and Promotions. Might as well just throw a shameless plug out there anyway. Starting on the pole here tonight is Joe Yakes in the 87 from Indy Auto Sports. Congratulations to Joe Yakes and his lap time of 14.826. To his outside, one of his teammates, Trevor McManus, in that number 9 machine. Starting third, Joseph Causey in the 33. To his outside, Nate Moyer in the 971 from Simbox Motorsports. Starting fifth, the first entry from Goat Locker Racing, Cody McIllwain in that 6 machine. To his outside, his teammate, Alex Cruz in the number 5. Starting seventh is Timothy DeLugas in the 59. Starting in 8th is the redheaded stepchild of Goat Locker Racing, Jake Ellickson in the 27. Starting 9th, Jamie Mullins in the 66. Starting 10th is going to be Matt Knights from Intensity Racing. Starting 11th, the other Simbox Motorsports entry of Doug Neal. Starting 12th is William Piano Man Schroeder. And then rolling off 13th tonight is going to be Anthony Radel in that number 21. And then starting 14th, Jamie, is going to be Jake Ham, another Indy Auto Sports entry in the number 3.
And starting 15th, we got the 00, John Anthony. He's followed by the 16 of Kenneth Pack. Starting 17th, number 70, Tommy Cook. Starting 18th, number 48, Andy Kurtz. Starting 19th, 99, Brandon Wallace. Starting 20th, number 38, Greg Barnett. Starting 21st, our Goat Locker Racing's own Ryan Pendleton in the 23. Looks like he had a little bit of trouble in qualifying. He was off from his practice speed. Starting 22nd, got to 17th of Michael Yakes. Starting 23rd, number 12, Dustin Harrell. Starting 24th, number 41 of James Kaufman. Starting 25th, number 1, Nathan Summerville. Starting 27th, number 24 of Uncle Greggy Sherman. And round out the field tonight, starting 27th, number 28 of Tommy Osborne.
Yeah, and we do have a couple of trucks in the back there that aren't normally back there. You talked about Ryan Pendleton, so just looked like a little bit of a tough run on his qualifying run. And then we've got Nathan Somerville all the way in the back, who's been strong all year long. So interesting to see him back towards the back of the pack as well.
Yeah, he didn't post a qualifying time, so not sure if this is by design, just wanting to start back there and ride around. It seems to be a little bit of a dangerous move at Bristol, but hey, he's been strong all season, runs his truck well, so I'm not going to second guess him. But see how he works his way through this field to get back up to the front.
Yeah, and some guys, they play that super speedway, strategy, and they're like, you know what, I'm just going to hang out back, let the wrecks happen, I'll get racy towards the end. I've never seen anybody apply that strategy to Bristol. I'm not saying it wouldn't work, I just have never seen it.
Well, either way, that's a lot of trucks you're going to have to pass, even if you keep it clean and avoid the wrecks. You still got a lot of trucks to pass to pull this off and make that work. So, I don't know. I mean, I can see maybe why you would maybe want to do it, but seems like putting a lot of work on yourself. But we're ready to get going here.
Green flag.
Base truck is off. Green flag is out. Joe Yakes leads us to that green flag. He's got his teammate to his outside of Trevor McManus. And they run side by side down through turn 1, and we're going to have side by side action in that. Boy, we see that a lot here at Bristol. That high line prevails. Put Trevor McManus out to the corner.
I thought we were getting ready to have 3 wide there for a second, but just because he thought better of it, looks like he might try to take advantage of Joe Yates getting a little tight there. But he stays back and lets it get sorted out. Good move on his part. Joseph Causey just put a whooping on the field last week at Watkins Glen. This will be our first time getting to look at him on an oval. see how he does here tonight.
We got a slow truck on the backstretch here as the leaders come around. Looks like the one truck. Not sure who's in the number one. That's Nathan Summerville, isn't it?
Should be, yes.
He's already gone a lap down. It looks extremely off the pace right now.
He's having some equipment issues or something.
Yeah, that is very strange there to see that happen. And we also see the 41 truck already going a lap down. Not sure if there was a dust up in the back or what the case was there, and they just didn't get going. But a couple trucks going a lap down here early. Now we see Nate Moyer has moved up to the second place. Joe Yakes is now back into third, but everybody hugging that top line right now.
Yeah, Bristol has definitely become pretty much a one-group racetrack, and it's around that top. You're really not going to make a whole lot of money on the bottom, although we see Joe Yakes go down there a little bit, but top is definitely the fast way around this track now.
Yeah, still a lot of great racing going on back through the field. Like I said, Joe Yakes is falling back in third position. Joseph Causey sitting there in fourth. Cody McIllwain sitting in fifth position with his teammate right behind him, Alex Cruz. Jake Ellenson has jumped up one spot. He's up to the seventh position right now in a pretty cool looking truck right there. Got like green flames on it, skulls, and all kinds of craziness. I kind of dig it. Timothy, go ahead, Jamie.
Well, just starting to see a theme coming out of Jake that we didn't expect to see. You know, last night it was Megadeth, tonight it's a bunch of skulls. I think there's some pent-up aggression there from Mr. Ellingson that kept hidden from us.
Maybe that's what's going on. I'm not really sure, though. But I mean, a cool-looking truck. I'm going to give it to him. It's got Monster Energy on the side of it, so... Timothy DeLucas running back in 8th position right now. Jamie Mullins running back in 9th. We got Doug Neal that's moved up in one spot right now, running back in 10th position. Jake Ham running in 11th right now. Kenneth back in the number 16 machine is up 4 positions right now. Having himself a good night, up to 12th. John Anthony is up a couple of spots in 13th. Running that 00 Jack Daniels truck. Tommy Cook in the 70, running back in 14th. William Piano Man Schroeder right now sitting in that 15th position. Greg Barnett 16th. Ryan Middleton has moved up 4 spots in the Veterans Brigade truck. Now finds himself up in 17th as he tries to work his way up through the field. Anthony Radel is back there in 18th position with a very damaged truck. He has got damage to the right side and left side of that truck, so obviously not having the greatest starts there. Matt Knights is back in 20th position right now, and we are under caution. So it looks like Michael Yakes has crashed, and so is Andy Kurtz. So we'll go back and take a look here. We're looking at the 48 truck right now of Andy Kurtz. As he comes up on the 64, just gets into the back of him and spins that truck around. He just closed in on him really fast and had to check up and ended up spinning himself out there. We're going to see some of these trucks come down pit lane right now, especially those that were involved in early accidents, and get those trucks fixed up a little bit, grab some tires, and get back out there. I suspect most of the leaders will stay out. It's only, lap number 16. Shouldn't be a whole lot of tire wear to worry about right now, Jamie.
Yeah, no, not at this point. 5 sets of tires, you're going to have to go a little bit further than that 16 laps. To get through this race on those sets of tires, so I imagine we'll see most of the front stay out. You might see some guys in the back come in, try to take advantage of this, and maybe get some fresh tires on there to try to make up some ground on these guys, but I imagine the leaders will all stay out.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we're seeing at this point in time. Looks like everybody from 19th place on has stayed out, and we've got some guys making some pit stops, getting some damage fixed. Looks like Anthony Radel's got his truck all fixed back up there, so good to see him back out there. Andy Kurtz has got the damage fixed to his truck as well. I had to run that sentence back in my head to make sure it came out correctly. I think it did. You ever find yourself doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Michael Yakes is no worse for the wear right now. we'll head back up front here, check in. And this time around, looks like Nate Moyer's going to have that primo spot. He's going to have that outside line. And I'm sure a couple of these guys right now wishes it was leader's choice, but it's not the way we do things here at Go Locker Racing, so Trevor McManus will have to start down there to the inside.
Yeah, it's something I think we were supposed to look into that, and we kind of probably just dropped the ball on that one.
And, you know, every now and again, and I think most people realize about us, is we're going to drop that ball every now and again.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, I really don't have a problem with giving the leader, let the leader have his choice.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't like, without it being in iRacing, the whole choose cone thing. I don't like the whole field doing it.
Yeah.
It just leads to too much gamesmanship.
It'd definitely be nice when iRacing does get that figured out, because you know we've raced in some series that has the choose cone rule, and you can only do so much to police it. You tell people they've got to select their lane before the start finish line. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You know, so but pace truck is pulling off. We're gonna get this thing back underway. Hey, Trevor McManus with a great restart there. So leader has control over the field, gets a good jump in the box, and stays in control of this race right now. Looks like that start on the inside is going to not pay off again for Joe Yakes. Now he's got the 33 truck, and Joseph Causey to his outside. Alex Cruz has made his way around Cody McIllwain there. So those two trucks finally get sorted out.
Joe's going to fall in line here in 4th place.
Joe, that's the place to be, man. I'd go ahead and just stick it out in 4th until the next restart.
Absolutely. So pretty close contact there from the 33 and the spot here. Yeah, 33 and the 971, but luckily Nathan Maurer didn't get turned around there.
Yeah, these guys up front are racing pretty hard here. Coming up on lap number 25. We're scheduled 200 here tonight. So we still got a long ways to go and a lot of great racing to watch here tonight. We've had some great racing up until this point in time. One caution. And just simply for a checkup that went wrong. Go back and check in on a couple of our other drivers we did get a chance to talk about. Greg Barnett in the 38 truck. You know me, I always comment on the 38 truck. Awesome looking truck there. Dustin Hall running back there in the number 12 John Deere machine. Greg Swervin Sherman sitting back in 20th place right now. 7 spots from the started. Again, we look at the Radel truck, and I thought he got that thing fixed up. Boy, she's still wadded up pretty good. So must have got done what he could get done and get back out there. Matt Knight's in that 64. Tommy Osborne in the 28 truck, having himself a decent night. He's up 5 spots from when he had started. Then we go back and check in on that one truck at Nathan Summerville. Looks like he's up to speed now, but been a strange start for that number 1 machine tonight, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to what was going on there. You know, like I said, he did post a time of qualifying that we saw he was severely off the pace to start the race. Went a lap down within the first few laps. Just was not up to speed. Really curious to know what was going on with that.
Take a look back at James Coffin in the number 41 machine. Mike Yakes in the number 17 with a little left rear damage, but still trucking along right here. Got the right side pancake as well. And then I believe Brandon Wallace is off the track right now. So 26 trucks still out there cruising. Trevor McManus continues to lead the race here tonight.
Trevor is flying.
Yeah, he's been laying down some pretty blistering laps. He's the only truck right now sub 15 seconds.
He is just steadily pulling away each lap. Gaps getting bigger and bigger back to Nathan Maurer in 2nd place.
So we take a look back here at some other drivers as well. Joe Yakes still running back there in that 4th position. Him and Joe Causey running real close to each other. Alex Cruz, Cody McIllwain, and Jacob Ellickson, 3 of the 4 Goat Locker Racing drivers, running 6th, 7th, and 8th right now. Or, I'm sorry, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 7th. Andy Kurtz, you know, we saw him involved in bringing out that first caution, but he has worked his way up to the 8th spot. He's actually up 10 spots from where he started. So, having himself a very good night so far. See where some of these other guys are, but let's check in on Ryan Pendleton. Ryan has now moved that truck up into 60th position, so he's up 5 spots right now. He's got the next few trucks kind of lined up in front of him, so I think he's just going to try to take his time, be patient about it, realizing there is a ton of racing left to go.
Our leader, Trevor McManus, has now got himself in lap traffic as he's putting Tommy Osborne, the 28 truck, a lap down.
It's definitely going to happen fast.
Yeah, next up is going to be the 64, Matt Knights.
We'll bring up the track map for everybody. As everybody can see, there is the, I don't even know what you want to call it, the blender that is Bristol. Because there are just trucks all around this track. You're lapping around here right now at about 15.5 seconds. So things happen fast. You can get lapped very quickly around here. We always comment about this. We have got a series full of top-notch drivers, and we've said it a few different times. But we're 40 laps into this. We've seen some great racing here at Bristol. Find me another league that's going to put 28 trucks on the track and be able to race like this. There's some great drivers out there.
Yep, and now it's going to start getting a little stickier because now he's not picking them up as just individual trucks. Now he's got a group of 3 that he's going to have to work around here. And these guys are fighting for their own positions, so they can't afford to just roll over and let Trevor go.
No, and Trevor's going to have to be careful as he comes up through the field. As we see, he gets into the back of the 41 there. He's got a lot of damage to the nose.
He hurt the nose of that truck.
That's going to bring Nate Moria right to him.
Sure is. I mean, again, absolutely nothing that can be done there for James Kaufman. I mean, he's fighting for position. You gotta use your head a little bit here and know what the situation is. You can't just expect everybody's just gonna be able to get out of the way for you. They will if they can, I'm sure. I'm sure right now, and Anthony Reynolds is just gonna let Trevor go. He's by himself. No real battle going on here. But
yeah, that's the thing you always got to keep in mind. I think most of us have been in that situation. Is we're the lead car coming up on lap traffic. You want them to kind of get out of the way and all those different types of things, but you also got to realize they don't have to. They're racing to stay on the lead lap. They're racing for position. They're doing all those types of things, and it's incumbent upon the leader to make the pass clean.
That's right.
But it doesn't look to have too much of an effect on the on that number 9 truck. Even though Nate Maurer was able to catch up there a little bit. 9's starting to flex its muscle again and pull away. But he'll be back in lap traffic before we know it. We'll go back and check on some of these other guys. Joe Yates and Joseph Cossey continue to run kind of nose to tailgate there. Andy Kurtz has moved that truck all the way up into 5th position. So my guess is when he came down to get that damage fixed, he must have put on a set of tires there.
Yeah, again, we talked about it. You might see some guys that were further back in the field try to take advantage of that stop there and get some tires on their truck to close the gap. And we're seeing that pay off for Andy Kurtz right now. He's gaining on the leaders pretty much each and every lap.
Yeah, that was definitely a forced tire stop out of him. And yellow flag has come out. See why at this point in time. Tommy Cook looks to have the nose pushed in there a little bit. I don't see anybody that's around at this point in time, but looks like everybody, whatever happened, everybody got it pointed back in the right direction. As everybody seems to be moving forward. But we're on to caution for the second time here this evening, as now we do see the leaders come down pit road, and here comes Trevor McManus to his pit box. It looks like Trevor is elected to do a 4-tire stop and just let whatever optionals happen, because he still has a lot of damage to the nose of that truck.
Well, it sure didn't seem to be bothering him on speed, so I wouldn't worry about it this early in the race either. He was definitely able to hold off Nathan Maurer and open his lead back up again once they got clear of lap traffic, so definitely wouldn't waste that fast repair because still a long way to go here at Bristol.
Yeah, the only concern I would have, Jamie, and just because it's happened to me in the past before, you get nose damage on these trucks. They tend to want to overheat and just blow up.
Very good point.
You know, and it's happened to me where I thought, hey, this truck's running great. You know I've got nose damage or whatever the case may be, not realizing how much damage I actually had. And I think it wasn't that long ago we were racing together, and I'm like, oh, it just blew up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's what you say. And we saw it last week at Watkins Glen.
Yep.
Trucks that had damage but had run for quite a while with that damage, all of a sudden late in the race went kaboom before they could get to the finish line. So definitely a good point about that damage, but yeah, I don't know. That's definitely a tough call because again, it is early. It would definitely be a shame to go to that fast repair at this point in time now when you still got 3/4 of this race to run, and then you really need it later on. So
yep, yeah, it makes it a very, very tough decision here, but looking like we've got some guys that had some really good pit stops, like the 6th truck of Cody McIllwain, one of the fastest pit stops out there, but he picks up a few spots and moves up into 3rd spot. Joe Yeggs with a little bit slower of a stop, and he falls back to 6th position right now. Ryan Pendleton must have had a great stop in what he's done on track as well, because now Ryan has moved up into the 11th position. He is now up 10 spots from where he had started. Dustin Harrell as well is up 10 spots from where he had started. He has moved now up to the 13th position. So some great pit stops there, some a little bit slower and getting on and off pit road there, but it's going to mix up the running order just a little bit here. But we'll keep an eye on that number 9 machine because, like I said, Jamie, I'd just be really concerned about that truck overheating.
Yep. Definitely going to be something to watch. Drama's already building here on lap 55.
Race truck is off. Trevor McManus is gone, and the race will be on for 2nd place. Cody McIllwain really throws it down into the corner there. He's able to clear the 971. Joseph Causey right now looking down low. Move the 6th machine up into 2nd position. It looks like Nathan Maurer is losing a couple more, and he just spins out.
I believe he had to go to pit road for a penalty because I heard him call out that he was going to be making a pit stop.
Tough break there. We'll watch it here, but he must be serving a penalty for speeding or something along those lines. Looks like he tried to enter the wrong pit road as well because he's having to make the lap all the way around. No. He is going to lose multiple laps here.
Tough break for Nathan.
Yep, nothing happening right now. Well, actually, he's changing tires. He'll have to serve that penalty. We'll see where he ends up faring out. Trevor McManus is still in control of this race. He has put a pretty good gap, almost a second on Cody McIllwain right now. Man, Jimmy, that 9 machine looks real strong.
Yeah, well, I noticed on the last run, Cody's doing the typical Cody thing, really taking care of his tires. Late in that run, Cody was making his way back up towards the front. So Cody's going to be content to let Trevor just go run at his pace right now, and Cody's going to run at his. And it'll probably all work out, just be a wash by the time this run's over, assuming it goes green the rest of the way on this fuel road.
I tell you, Jamie, that 23 truck continues to pick him off. He is now battling for 8th position with Jake Ham.
Yeah, well, in practice, he was at the top of the leaderboard. I think he was like 2nd definitely top 3 on his practice times, and you know, so he's showing now in the race. He just didn't have the best qualifying effort, and he's making his way towards the front now. It looks like Nathan Maurer has left the race. And Nathan Summerville gonna go yet another lap down.
This is really strange.
Yeah, for as fast as he has been just about everywhere so far this season, this is the 4th race, and this is the first time we've seen him just really, just kind of, he's just not on pace with everybody else. You know, practice times, he was, you know, he wasn't the fastest, but he was definitely up there. He ran a 14.8 in practice, but like I said, something happened in qualifying, and it's just transferred over to the race. It's just not his night.
Yeah, as we look back here on 27, 23, and 87, as Joe Yakes is trying to work his way back into the field as well. He's all over the tailgate of Ryan Pendleton right now. Ryan's all over the tailgate of Jake Ellingson. And it looks like Ryan tried to take the low line away from Joe and make a little bit of contact there, but everybody stays straight. Joe's been one of the few guys tonight that I've seen that has stayed almost committed to the bottom.
Yeah, I've not seen Joe up there on the high side at all. He has kept that down to the bottom. You know, worked out for you. I mean, we took the pole. So,
yeah.
We'll see how it works for him throughout the race.
Get back up front here. Trevor McManus is still out there by about 1.3 seconds of Cody McIllwain. Cody McIllwain and Joseph Cossey continue to kind of run nose to tailgate there. And it seems like right now, maybe most of the field has gotten themselves out in single file.
That is a mess behind Cody McIllwain.
Yeah, there's a group of trucks back there that continue to battle out. Joe Yakes is still trying to figure out a way to get around Ryan Pendleton, who is still trying to figure out a way to get around Jake Ellingson. It's tough, man, to make these passes here at Bristol.
Right. Well, it's definitely gotten a lot harder now that it's become basically a one-group racetrack. You know, you really can't get inside of someone and try to make the pass that way, because the outside line is just going to get such a good run off the exit of the corners that you can't complete the pass. You can get in deeper on the low line, but you can't really hold the speed through there. So you kind of really just have to put pressure on people until they make a mistake, really.
Yep. I'd agree with that, or you're just going to have to get awful brave and try to pull off the slider of the year.
Yeah.
I'm not recommending that to anybody listening on the stream right now that's in the current race. Please don't do that.
Right.
But you'd have to pull off the slider.
Right there.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Summerville going another lap down here. He's going to bring it down on the pit road. Gap is kind of closed in there. Cody McIllwain's got it down to about 7/10 at this point in time. Continue to kind of watch it here a little bit. Lap times here. Cody McIllwain has definitely been faster each and every lap here over the past 5 laps. Time by loses a little bit to it. So these drivers are going to start coming up through traffic again here soon. So coming up on lap number 82 of our scheduled 200 here tonight. Been a lot of great racing here so far. A lot of green flag racing. We've been through a cycle of pit stops already. Trevor McManus has really been stinking up the show here tonight with a very strong number 9 machine. And, I mean, we were talking about it pre-racing a little bit, you know, about Trevor, and he's always had that speed. see him up at the top of the speed charts here. And then, I mean, he has backed up everything so far.
Oh, absolutely. He has been the dominant truck from practice to now. Running a very strong race for Trevor tonight. Let's see, we got his teammate Scott Rankin is in the stream. Nice to see Scott out here. Although I think Scott's got time to be in the stream. He should have time to be in the truck. So not sure why he's not racing.
For the life of me, as long as I have known Scott, interacted with Scott, I've not been able to figure out anything about that.
No.
Yeah.
I think he's just a little afraid of Bristol, to be honest with you. But, you know, that's okay.
That could be. I mean, it is pretty intimidating.
And he is from Australia, so it's probably, it's probably not natural, for these trucks just be going left in such a tight hole. Because, on that other side of the equator, when they flush a toilet, it goes the other way. So, he probably feels like they should be going right around Bristol or something. I don't know.
There's a thought.
Ooh, Trevor is in traffic once again. Getting around James Kaufman this time. A little bit smarter than he did the first time.
Yeah, I think everybody was like, you know what, let's not have a repeat of last time. I don't think James Kaufman wanted to repeat. We know Trevor for sure, but man, he just continues to make his way up through the field here. Cody McIllwain not really falling back either. So he continues to be able to navigate the lap traffic at the same pace as Trevor does. Go back in and check on a couple drivers here. Ryan Pendleton up to 7th position right now. He has got a lot of damage to the right side of the truck. I'm not going to say a lot of damage. It's got a Bristol stripe. Bristol badge. What did we name the Bristol stripe? Or did we?
I think we come up with something.
Bristol banner?
No. We come up with something. I can't remember. But I'm trying to remember what it was DW would say about the damage on the car at Bristol. It was on the right side. I think it meant you were doing well.
Yeah.
The way he had to say it, it was on the left side, just meant you were in the way.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. But I can't remember what his term was for it. He had a term for it on the right side. Ryan definitely got that damage on the right side. It's paying off for him.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. He's up 14 spots up to the 7th position right now, so he has made up a lot of ground here. And continues to run nose to tailgate there with Joe Giggs coming up through some lap traffic here. Jake Ham, another big mover so far in that 3 machine. He's up 6 spots right now. Dustin Marl still up 10 spots in the third. Oh, and I clicked to him, and he gets involved in an accident there. Goes around. We'll have to back
Luckily, the leaders got through that without anybody getting caught up in it.
And I think we're going to see it pretty quickly here as the 12 and the 22 are running side by side, coming off the corner. And as the 12 comes off the corner, he must not know the 22 is out there. And those two trucks tangle up. And, yep, leaders probably need to go in for a pit stop and get a new change of underwear after that one. Because that happened right in front of them.
Yeah, Trevor just saw his race flash in front of his eyes right there. Luckily, he got through that and maintains the lead. And fortunately for the rest of the leaders there, they were able to get through. Looks like the 00 John Anthony maybe got a clip of that as he went by. But prior to that happening, Cody had closed up to the back of Trevor McManus. He was within 0.2 of a second of the leader. So the battle for the lead was definitely heating up there.
Yeah, like we talked about, Cody usually runs a pretty strategic race. I mean, he understands what that truck's going to give him. He's very good at taking care of his tires. But I think, Jamie, he's going to have to find some short-run speed if he's going to challenge Trevor here tonight.
I think it's there. I just don't think he's showing it yet. I think he's definitely content to let Trevor use up his stuff and catch him on the back side of that. But if it comes down to a 10-lap shootout or something, I think you'll see a different Cody.
Yep, absolutely. While we're under caution here, I want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors, Jam Printing and Promotions. We're still wishing Amber a speedy recovery after her double knee replacement. But they have been a huge supporter of us, and we do truly appreciate them. Gill Insurance Advisors and Harry Gill, the owner, who continues to be a big fan of ours and advocate, and been a big sponsor. And then, of course, we've got Veterans 48. We continue to work with them. Here in the next month or so, we're going to announce our next fundraiser for them, get back involved, and give back to that great organization that is doing wonderful things for veterans all across the country. So a lot of awesome stuff still going on. We kind of talked about it during the Maple Ridge broadcast last night. You know, unless you're a Goat Locker Racing team member, you have not seen the new hats. But we got some new ones, and they're pretty damn killer, Jamie.
Yeah, I got mine on right now. Nobody can see it, but it's on.
So we've got some new announcements coming out to get some of these hats out there to the public. I think you guys are going to really, really enjoy them. They're definitely a step up from the ones we had last time. Not like the ones we had last time were any, a slouch or anything, but these are pretty killer. So we're ready and amped to get geared back up here, get geared back up with our giveaways, get back. We're doing our fundraisers for our veteran nonprofits, and then obviously give it back to our drivers as we do each and every year through some of our giveaways and some of the things that we do here. Again, built by veterans for veterans, and we love all the tremendous support we get all across. And then I'd be remiss without saying, Jamie, and we may miss the green flag here, but Goat Locker Racing is back for the second year as a sponsor on Pagan's car, the Ellingson family. So Goat Locker Racing will be hitting the tracks up there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on her Bandolero, and man, we couldn't be more excited about that.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see the car. It should be getting finished tomorrow. She's got a show to do this weekend with it, so really looking forward to seeing what the finished product looks like.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Super. Oh, Cody.
Oh, Cody. Oh, no.
Oh, buddy. He's got it. He's still up into the wall right now, but he saved it, but he's lost a ton of track position. Tough break there for the number 6 machine.
Single truck incident, so can't even give him a caution for it.
Just looked like coming off that corner on cold tires, the truck stacked on him, and
yeah, he was getting pressure from Joseph Causey, and I think he was just trying to get a little bit more out of it to stay in front of him, and looks like that truck just got a little loose on him.
We're seeing Jamie Mullins right now up into the top 3, so that 66 machine having himself a whale of a night, up 6 spots from where he had started. Joe Yates continues to climb back up there, our pole sitter tonight, but he's running back in 4th. Alex Cruz running in 5th in the number 5 machine. Jake Ham up 8 spots to that number 6 spot. First time I think we've called his number here tonight, but Doug Neal in that 77 from Simbox Motorsports. He's moved up into the top 10 solidly, sitting there in 7th place.
Yeah, Doug Neal's carrying the banner for Simbox tonight after his teammate Nathan Maurer, for whatever reason, had an issue trying to get on pit road or needed to leave or something. I don't know what happened there. It was awful on. But Doug Neal has definitely rebounded from where we saw him at earlier and having a really good run.
Jake Ellingson runs back in that 8th position. Ryan Pendleton right now is running in 9th. Cody McIllwain fell back to that 10th position. The truck looks pretty clean. He's got a little right front damage, but everything else looks intact, so I think he's got a good truck still. Just lost that track position. Timothy DeLuke is running back in 11th right now. Kenneth Pack in that number 16 machine running at 12th. Tommy Cook in that number 70 having himself a pretty solid night running at 13th. Greg Sherman has found himself up 13 spots right now. He's up to 14th. So having a good old swerving Sherman having himself a pretty good night. Dustin Harrell in that number 12 machine sits back in 15th. Andy Kurtz, who we saw up front, is kind of falling back here a little bit again, runs at 16th. John Anthony runs back in 17th in that 00 machine.
We're back under caution.
It's like Michael Yates has crashed. Go back and take a look at that. See that number 17 truck down into the corner there. as he comes off the 38, just clips him, sends him down into the inside wall, and that's what puts us under caution. We'll have to take a look here and see. Yep, here comes Cody McIllwain down onto pit lane. So it's going to be interesting to see. You know, I think for Cody, this is going to be his third pit stop, so his third set of tires. He's still going to have 2 more sets of tires after this, so this might not be a bad call, Jamie.
No, it might not, especially if, by some miracle, this thing happens to run out green the rest of the way. Unlikely, but these guys have done a really good job, and we're less than, well, we're past halfway for sure. We got about probably about what, 85 laps or so to go once they get the green flag. So, yeah, I mean, it's doable, and if that was to happen, Cody's definitely going to be in a really good position.
Yeah, as we're looking right now, only 13 trucks left in the lead lap, so that's the worst he was going to fall back to, so might as well come down, get your truck fixed up, get you a new set of tires. We saw it work there earlier for Andy Kurtz, who came down under the first caution on lap 15, and man, he came trucking up through the field pretty quickly.
Yes, he did. Those tires definitely paid off when he made that call, so we'll have to see.
But if you're just tuning in, which I highly doubt anybody tunes into the middle of one of our streams, either you love us or you don't. You tune in from the beginning and you're diehard and you watch everything, which I don't think that's anybody. No, I'm just kidding. We've got plenty of great people out there. The Ellingsons, I know Ryan's family that enjoys watching it. I know a lot of people enjoy watching it. I know a lot of guys go back and rewatch the stream and then tell us how funny we are. We appreciate those people too. I'll take compliments anywhere I can get them. But if you're just tuning in, we're on lap number 115 of our scheduled 200 here tonight at Bristol. Night race at that in the GLR Truck Series. Been a lot of great racing. Been a lot of good back and forth, but hands down, that number 9 machine has just been absolutely dominant here this evening. We've seen some other guys kind of come and go in the top 5 there. I do think Cody McIllwain's got a truck to challenge, but we saw him get loose off the corner, get into the outside wall, but he's got that truck fixed up with a new set of tires on it. He's going to restart back in that 11th position. So we'll keep an eye on Cody as he tries to make his way back up to the field. But said it a few times here tonight, but man, Trevor is showing some strength.
Yeah, he is. I mean, so far nobody has really had anything for him. Cody got close, but you know, even with that, he still wasn't able to even make an attempt to get around him. So, but it would have been interesting to see how that was going to work. But right now, Trevor McManus is large and in charge.
Yep, and it gets another phenomenal restarts there. Clears everybody. Pulls up to that top line. But I tell you, Joseph Causey.
Got to run. Got to run.
Oh, I didn't know if he got into the back of there a little bit or not. Well, is his truck still running? Yep, and now Joe Yakes gets the run this time.
That's the result of the one-lane Bristol. You know, you make that attempt, and you're probably going to lose a spot if you don't make it. If you don't pull it off.
Yep, as 33 and 87 continue to battle side by side. We see Jamie Mullins running back there in 4th position. Jake Ham in 5th right now. Alex Cruz running up in 6th. Ryan Pennington is now working his way up to 7th position. Jake Ellingson continues to have a very strong night, running up in 8th. I don't think he's fallen out of the top 10 all night long, Jamie.
No, I don't think so either. He's started 8th. He's in 8th. We've seen him up a little bit higher, and I think we've seen him back to 10th. But he has definitely stayed in that top 10.
Yeah, and after a phenomenal race last night in the Maple Ridge Super Late Model Series where they ran the trucks in Las Vegas, he is backing up that performance here tonight as well.
Absolutely. You know, he was a rough final pit stop away from possibly winning that race. I really think had he pitted one lap earlier and not slipped through his box, that outcome might have been a little bit different for Jake Ellis. But he's back here tonight at Bristol, having another great run.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see him having a strong run tonight as well. Cody McIllwain has moved himself up to the 8th position. He's got a couple teammates in front of him, so hopefully he'll be able to kind of work his way past those guys pretty easily. We'll see. See where he can work his way back up to. And that 6 machine continues to work its way up back to the field. Let's head back up front. And I tell you, on this run right now, Trevor's not going anywhere. Joseph Causey's all over the tailgate of that number 9.
Yeah, the 33 has definitely stayed in contact this run. He's not fallen back. Not sure if maybe Trevor is kind of maybe learned a little something from Cody and is just taking a little bit easier this run, not using up his tires as bad. But definitely you've got Joseph Causey and Joe Yates right here in contact with Trevor McManus.
Yeah, and those 3 trucks right now run nose to tail, so we'll have to see if they can continue to kind of hang on here. Jamie Mullins again is having a very solid night here. He's up 5 spots from where he had started in that 66 truck. So great run for him. Cody McIllwain has moved past his teammates there. He has moved up into 6th position right now, so he continues to move his way up to the field. But again, it's kind of it's almost looking like the same strategy that Andy Pruitt's had before. You know, he's got 10, 15 lap fresher tires, so he's able to kind of make up that lost track position.
Right. And he's definitely eating away at this lead here in a hurry. He's got a couple of fast trucks in front of him. He's going to have to work around to start making a run at these leaders here. But just got around one of them there, getting around Jake Ham. That's moves him up into the top 5. Cody gets loose again. Jake Ham battles back on that outside. But Cody's going to clear him this time off of turn 2. I'm a little bit behind, I think.
You are. I was getting ready to say something like,
yeah. I'm behind.
It happens to the best of us, man. It's happened to me so many times. When we've run our endurance races, and you forget that the replay is kind of spooled on you a little bit. I've made comment a couple of different times, like, no, I'm on a different part of the track right now. I'm like, ah, dang. Whoops.
Yeah, Scott, living in 2015.
Trevor McManus continues to lead the race here tonight. As I believe he's done since the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, he has led every single lap. Maybe there might have been an exchange under one of the cautions, but
yeah,
definitely under green, he has led every lap.
Yeah, there's probably been a couple of those under caution. But yeah, he has led every green flag lap here tonight and continues to do so. But he better get to hustling, because that 6 machine is coming.
He is coming.
Like, he is just picking them up and laying them down.
That's the difference in tires here at Bristol.
He now works his way around Joe Yates with the 6 machine up into the 3rd position.
Gonna clear him off turn 3. Now sets the sights on the back of Joseph Causey for 2nd place.
Oh, I found myself doing that thing again where I'm just watching as a thing.
Easy to do.
It really is. And, we built this league from the ground up. We've had so many great people come into the league. This is the 3rd season of trucks, and a lot of these guys have been around the entire time. It's a shame guys like Scott and Rick, life happens. You can't, be here all the time. But a lot of these drivers, we have called all of these races. We're fans of theirs. We enjoy watching them race, and you just kind of get caught up in a little bit here. But Cody McIllwain now moves up into 2nd position and sets his eyes on that number 9 machine here. I don't think it's going to take him but a handful of laps.
Yeah, especially with Trevor now is going to have to deal with the lap traffic again. Once again, it's 41 of James Kaufman that he has to work around. Again, he gets around without issue. Cody is there.
He continues to just be faster. And there he goes. He's going to make the move down to the inside here. I'm sure it may take him a lap or so to get clear, but they come off the corner side by side.
Yeah, Trevor's not going to make this easy.
No.
Trevor does have the high side, so he's going to keep getting that run and make this very difficult. Now Cody's going to get picked by Michael Yates in the 17.
Yep, so he's going to have to reload and try again.
Cody took notice of the fact that they are Indian Autosport teammates there.
I'm sure.
Again, but what are you going to do? I mean, you know, lap traffic gave its way to the leader. I know, Cody. Oh, no. Once again, caution comes out when Cody catches Trevor McManus.
Doug Neal has crashed, so let's go take a look at that. Taking a look at the 77 down there on the bottom part of your screen. And 21 comes off the corner, gets loose, gets down into Doug, puts him down into the inside wall. So a real tough break there for Doug. What a tough break.
Fortunately, nobody else was caught up in that.
But leaders come down on pit road. Again, I mean, Cody's made the track position right back up. So any way you look at it, I think it's a good win for him and that 6 machine. Gets a good solid pit stop here. Everybody's going to be back on that same set of tires. And so it's kind of a no harm, no foul type thing. And I think for the most part, and we'll just have to kind of watch it here a little bit, depending on how the runs go, this might be the last time we see anybody on pit road.
Hey, Cody gonna win off of pit road. Cody will take the lead here. Now,
Damn.
he definitely gets the advantage for the restart being the leader, but Trevor does have that preferred outside line, so.
What a pit stop by Cody McIllwain and that crew. He has a 14.55 compared to Trevor's 14.82, and I mean, there's your difference.
We'll have to see how Trevor responds to first time tonight that he will not be restarting this race as the leader.
Yeah, and these are going to be, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're in that final 50 laps of Bristol. Intensity is probably going to pick up a little bit. I'd imagine the aggression levels are going to pick up here a little bit. So we'll watch intently as fans and try to keep up the broadcasting part as well. But I mean, who doesn't enjoy watching a good race at Bristol? We'll take a look back here as well on a couple. It looks like most everybody else kind of held serve there. Trevor moved back to second. Joseph Causey still running in third. Jamie Mullins there in fourth. Joe Yates in fifth. Jake Ham was going to restart back in the sixth position. Ryan Pendleton, our biggest mover of the race so far, restarting in seventh position. Jake Ellingson going to restart back in eighth. Alex Cruz in ninth, and Kenneth Pack is going to round out our top 10 right now. So that 16 truck still having a very, very solid night.
Yeah, great run for him.
And well, Ryan Pendleton is tied with, believe it or not, Greg Swervin Sherman is our biggest mover of the night. Greg is also up 14 spots. He's in 13th right now. So that 24 truck having himself a good night as well.
And still on the lead lap. Great run for him.
But we got these trucks stacked up by 2 by 2 here, so this should be an interesting restart. It looks like that time around, Trevor McManus did take his fast repair. That front of that truck is completely repaired. So he must feel safe at this point in time. Doesn't need to hold it in his pocket anymore. Cody McIllwain gets a great restart. Clears everybody very easily there. So the battle's going to be on for second position right now. as Joseph Causey and Trevor McManus battle for that position.
Have to keep an eye on, see what Cody does now. Now that he's got the lead, is he just gonna let that truck eat? I imagine that's what he's gonna do. No reason to really hold back now. You are inside of 50 laps. I mean, you can definitely hurt the tires and make your truck pretty ill handling here within 50 laps, but I don't think there's enough laps left to let that affect your strategy here. You kind of just got to go get it at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you. At this point in time, you just gotta let that truck go eat. You want to care for your equipment a little bit. I mean, you just don't want to roast your tires off in those first 10 laps, but it's time to put the hammer down. But we'll keep an eye on these two trucks here. We've got a lot of great battles going on out through the field. Joe Yates has moved himself up into 4th position right now. Ooh, Jamie Mullins into the outside wall. Jake Ham gets into the back a little bit there. Everybody stays straight. Everybody actually maintains position as well. So another no harm, no foul type thing. No change up front. Cody still has a couple truck lead over Trevor McManus there. And I think this is going to be another one of those cases as well, Jamie. I mean, you can get there, but what do you do when you get there?
Exactly. And I'll tell you right now, that inside line is not going to work, not on equal tires. It's not. I know Cody don't want to hear this, but really I think Trevor's best chance is just to stay in contact and, you know, with a few laps to go, if it stays green, just got to kind of move them.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's what it comes down to. I mean, that's a part of short track racing and all those types of things. You know, if you come to a place like Bristol or any other short track across the United States, if you don't expect to get bumped or moved a little bit, you're probably not really prepared for a race. I mean, it's okay to get mad about it and all that other kind of crazy stuff, but at some point in time, you got to know you're going to get banged around a little bit.
Right. And, yeah, it's a product of Bristol. I mean, it's just, we got one groove, one fast way around this place, and you know, I think Trevor's doing a smart thing right now, just kind of falling in line and following Cody around at this point. I mean, if he keeps trying to dive to the inside and try to make this pass, he's really just going to end up eating his tires up, and Cody's just going to end up winning this easily.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think he needed to back away from that low line there because he's just chewing his right front up at this point in time. Try to get back into the line here a little bit, try to get into a rhythm, see if you can't track that 6 machine back down. They're going to get into lap traffic here, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities to try to get up there and make this pass as they're coming up on the 21 truck right now.
Definitely Anthony Rada will stay low and give plenty of room to these guys, let them get around.
Trap map open here. You can see the number 6. It's highlighted with a green circle around it. That is your leader. You'll see the next truck is going to come up on it. It's 28 and 22. There's going to be a little bit of gaps here, so not too much lap traffic as we are coming up on 32 laps left here to go tonight.
I mean, really, these guys have done a great job. It's really only been a handful of cautions, you know, here at Bristol. Of course, we've not made green flag pit stops, but we've had long green flag runs that really make the racing interesting. It's just unfortunate that right when we get a battle for the lead is when these cautions come out. That's really worked in Trevor's favor up until this last pit stop where Cody beating off a pit road, but great job by everybody involved tonight.
Been a lot of great racing, you know, and sometimes you can almost compare, as Cody's got to go low on a driver there, sometimes you can kind of compare Bristol to Talladega or Daytona. They're either really good races or they're really bad races. You know, you can get involved in some super speedway races that go really well, and I've had a lot of fun with it. I've had a lot of fun in some Bristol races. I've had some pretty miserable races at both of those as well. They either tend to go really well, really bad. And tonight, I mean, these guys are putting on a hell of a show.
That's right. And it's not over yet.
Nope.
Still outside of 25 laps to go. Scott brings up about the IRL is coming to Bristol. I guess in their next generation car.
Oh, interesting.
That's going to be fast.
I think that one time, and if you remember, Jamie, I don't know if you ran it or not, but we ran the Indy cars here at Bristol on like a fun run or whatever. Yes. That was awesome.
It was insane. Yes, it was. I'm not sure how physically the drivers would hold up to it because that's going to be constant. G's placed on. You're never going to get a break. It's bad enough in a stock car. It's just going to be compounded in an open wheel car like an Indy car. So, man, I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sure it'd be fun to be in that car.
Yeah, because when we did it in that fun run, and we did it just for giggles or whatever. I think we were getting around here to like 11 seconds a lap. I mean, it was just it almost made you. Well, it did make you nauseous. I mean, you were going around this place so fast with no brake. It was like you were in a washing machine. We swore to never do that again, and we never have.
Yeah. Now, I'll be honest, I mean, when we got it going, the racing was pretty fun. So, the problem was getting it going. But, I don't know. It'd be definitely interesting. I'll definitely like to see it better than Bristol dirt. So, I'll just say that.
There's so many facets of racing that I wish I was better at. Dirt's another one of them. I've enjoyed some of the stuff that I've done on dirt. I'm just not very good at it. I feel if I've gotten better at the road racing, and I've really started to enjoy that as well. Dirt's one of those things that, it's so completely different. It's so completely different from being able to control that car, to throttle control, to, being able to basically do drifting. It's very, very different. I know one guy that'd love to see Bristol Dirt is Ryan Pennington.
Oh, I'm sure. I would put money on him to make it look like Joseph Causey made Watkins Glenlip last week.
Yep.
But we are now inside of 20 laps to go.
And I think we're starting to see a little bit like what we saw in some of those longer runs, that 6 machine is definitely stronger on the longer runs. Trevor McManus has started to fall back a little bit. He is now almost 7/10 of a second back of our leader.
But, Cody's got some lap traffic up ahead of him. He's got about 4 cars that he's getting ready to catch here. That could come into play.
Yep, as the laps continue to wind down here tonight, we are coming up on 16 laps left to go. Been an awesome race here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. All of these trucks have put on a hell of a show, and can't say enough about these drivers, can't say enough about our sponsors, can't say enough about our fans that tune in and come out here to watch. It's always a pleasure to have you guys in the stream and checking us out and supporting us and all those types of things. We do truly appreciate it. We got a lot of fun stuff coming in store. Scott, I don't care if you win a hat in a raffle or a drawing, you pay me a bunch of money for it. I am not paying $30, $40 to ship a hat down to you. Or whatever it was. What was it, G?
It wasn't that bad to get it. The shipping wasn't the big part. It was just it took forever for it to get it. It really was not all that much more to send that hat to Australia than it was to send it to anybody else. So, Scott said it took 2 months for that hat to get to him in Australia.
That's bananas. Yeah.
Which, Scott definitely. Oh, I know that was tough. Scott was definitely not complaining at all, but I think I kept badgering him. Did you get it yet? Did you get it yet? Because, my fear was that it was just lost.
Yeah. It happens all the time. Well, we live in an Amazon world where things will show up at your day. Well, if you want them the same day. So anything that takes longer than 2 days, I think all of us chew our fingernails. We're like, where's our stuff? Or at least that's the way I get it. If something takes like a week to get to me, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But we're coming up on 9 laps to go, so we're in the final 10 laps here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Been an awesome race here tonight in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. This is season number 3. We're at race number 4 here, and man, what a race here tonight. We saw early, Trevor McManus be the dominant truck all night long through the first 150 laps. We get that caution. Cody McIllwain able to get off pit road before he did, take control of this race, and Jamie, he has set sail. He's over a second ahead.
Yeah, the lap traffic did not do Trevor any favors. And Cody is used to his advantage to just widen this gap, and he is well in control of this race here as we approach 5 laps to go.
Or 6 laps to go. 6 laps.
Oh, 6 is fine.
And we still have some very strong runs happening throughout the field here tonight. Again, can't say enough about that number 27 truck, Jake Ellingson. What a race last night. Super proud of the effort he has put in week and week out. And we come here to a very tough track, put 28 trucks on the track here tonight. Jake Ellingson has never left the top 10. Super proud of the run he's having. Jamie Boland's back there in that 66 machine has hung around the top 5 all night and done a great job as well. Alex Cruz has kind of bounced back and forth in that top 5 type 10, having himself a great night. Joe Yates won the pole, kind of found himself falling back to 3rd and 4th position. It's kind of stayed there, but good. We talked to him last week, this is going to be another great points night for him. Joseph Causey, stunk up the show last week at the road course, but this week I think we found out he's human.
Yeah, but still, putting up a top 3 finish. Looks like that's pretty safe to hold on to that tonight, so we'll get to talk to him 2 weeks in a row. He definitely didn't win this thing by 45 seconds or whatever it was that he won last week, but great showing for him in his first oval race here at Goat Locker.
White flag is in the air. Final lap here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. Cody McIllwain still got to navigate a few lap trucks here, but as long as nothing gets in his way, he's through turns 3 and 4. He sees the checkered flag in the air. Cody McIllwain for the win here tonight. Trevor McManus is going to fall back to 2nd position there on a great solid run here tonight. Joseph Causey is going to finish 3rd. Joe Yates in 4th. And tonight, rounding out our top 5 is going to be J.B. Mullins. So a great night for him. Ryan Pendleton, again, up 14 spots from where he started, finishes in that 7th position. Jake Ellingson, got a couple late lap passes there, but still finishes in the top 10. Strong run for him. But Cody McIllwain, what a race here tonight.
Great run. Fantastic job by everybody in this field to, minimize the issues here at Bristol. A couple racing incidents, about all you can say about it. And, great race.
Yeah, you got to know the driver of that number 6 truck right now is all smiles. At one point in time,
after last week.
Yeah, it was a tough night last week.
Yeah, Cody goes into a road course expecting to, he expects to win it, first of all, but he definitely expects to run well, and last week was not a typical road course race for Cody, and so great rebound for him tonight, and the guy that he's been neck and neck with for the points lead here, Nathan Summerville, did not have a good night at all, as he's going to finish 25th.
Yeah, tough night for him. I don't know what is going on here right now, but that's okay. I'll figure it out. It's like all I see are little icons. I got this thing. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and grab a hold of our 3rd place finisher. Maybe. Nope. Well, Jamie, you're going to have to move people around because this thing's acting super weird.
Who do we got?
Joseph Causey.
All right, let me get him up here.
Hey, Joe, it's Pat and JB up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man. Congratulations on another podium finish here. coming home in third place at Bristol. Got to be awful proud of the effort here tonight, man. But take us through your race here tonight and how you got yourself another podium finish.
Uh, trying not to burn up my tires is mostly what I was trying to do. Usually I'm not the fastest at Bristol, so I'm like usually right there. I'm towards the front, but I'm not the one always leading the front. So I'm always trying to wait for somebody to mess up, and I end up have a tendency to burn my tires up. So because that first run, I burned my tires up pretty good, and then after that, I was like, man, I gotta be more easier on these tires. So after that, I was just trying to be consistent and trying not to burn up the tires.
Hey, Joseph, man, congratulations on top 3 finish. 2 weeks in a row, you get to talk to us. Man, we kind of already nailed it there with what you're saying was happening with burning up your tires, because we saw you go one run where you were staying back, and then we saw you on that. There was one run in particular where you were right there with Trevor for the majority of that run. How was the truck feeling overall tonight out there over the course of the run?
Uh, Tight, very tight. You had to make sure you. The people that know how to get around this track, man. They know how to get around this track. I'm not one of them people. I know how to not burn the tires well, or try not to burn up my tires. But man, it boggles me sometimes how some of these guys they're able to just run away and freaking. You're like, man, how are they still going this fast? And it's like it flabbergasses me because I can't figure it out for myself. So, I mean, it is what it is. Hey, third place is great to be. Great to be. I'll take it.
Well, I'm pretty sure you just summed up what everybody was feeling last week at Watkins Glen. Wondering how in the hell you were getting around there so fast, because I think you won by like 45 seconds or something. So, again, man, congratulations. Great run here tonight. Your first oval race with Goat Locker, and you put up a top 3 finish. So, great job there. Anybody you need to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Thanks to two other guys, man, who put up a good race. Freaking that, I wasn't there for them. And thanks to my sponsors of Bruzy Racewear and freaking Razor Racing Apparel and my team Frontline Esports.
All right, man. Well, great. Another great run here, and looking forward to seeing you back on the track next week.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Yep. Hey, I can move people now, Jamie.
All right.
I'm cooking with oil. I'm cooking with oil. Cooking with gas. Why did I say oil? I don't know what I'm doing right now, Jamie. All right, let's get back to this. Hey, Trevor, it's Matt and Jamie up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
You guys are rude. Me and Cody were talking, but no.
That's what we're supposed to do. We interrupt things. We say terrible things about you on the broadcast. You come back and you're like, hey man, and I'm like, yeah, you know,
whatever. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's all good. It's all fun, right?
Well, we try anyway. We try to make it fun for sure. And as I told many of people in my life, if you brought your feelings with you today, that's your fault, not mine.
Yeah, no, I didn't bring my feelings. It was just like, holy cow, wow.
But you had a very dominant.
Haters.
Are we going to move on now? Can we move on?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to go. You have a very dominant number 9 truck here tonight, man. You showed a lot of steam under the hood. Ran a phenomenal race all night long. Kind of got beat on that last pit stop there. Cody was able to get out in front of you, and that kind of made the difference there at the end. But man, take us through your great race here tonight and how you brought that number 9 home with the second place finish.
Well, I mean, qualified second. That was cool. Had my teammate on the inside, and I tried to give him the lead at the beginning of the race, but the racer came in me and said no. And then it was just, I love Bristol, man. It's one of my favorite tracks. I'm pretty good here. We got good brakes with the cautions when they fell at the right time, so that we could take tires. And lap traffic was awesome. Thanks to everybody out there for that. The last pit stop, I just didn't want to overshoot the box and kill myself there, so I went in kind of easy. Cody got in front of me coming out of pit road, and yeah, the rest is history. I feel like I was faster than him. It's just so hard to pass here on the bottom, and that's where you kind of have to do it because the middle is just super fast anyway. So yeah, it was a fun race though. You know, you win some, you lose some, you learn from your mistakes and move on.
Trevor, man, congratulations on a second place finish. I know you're disappointed not winning, man. I really thought you were going to win this race. You
We
ran
both did.
extremely well. You really did tonight. Great job. But your buddy Scott Rankin has a solution to your problems. He says you just need to drive faster.
Yeah. All right, Scott. It's just that easy, right? I mean, you Australian people are something else, man. I swear. You guys are upside down or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt
Well,
upside down in Argentina, so I know what you feel.
well, Trevor, again, man, congratulations on a strong run tonight. Anybody you need to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yeah, just shout out to the troops, you guys for serving, all of our first responders for keeping us safe here, and shout out to Indy Autosport for being there. Those guys taught me a bunch in practice, got me to the top of the board there, and Sim Racer Coin, Martin Sports, all my wife, she's wonderful. I love her so much. She supports me in everything. My daughter, my family, my all my maybe my one fan that might be out there watching, and of course you guys for putting this on. It's a great league, love it. Missed racing here last season.
Well, man, it's good to have you back, man. Good to have you up here in the booth and have a chat with you. Expect to see a lot more strong runs out of the 9 machine, and we'll see you behind the wheel next week.
Yeah, thanks, man. You guys have a good one.
All righty. So let's grab the man of the hour, Cody McIllwain. Hey, Cody, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, damn! What a hell of a win here tonight. You pull off these late race wins, man. You get everybody's heart pulsing. I mean, you got that one at Atlanta. You looked very strong here tonight. Had that one mistake coming off the corner there and kind of set you back, but through some good pit strategy and just a very strong 6 machine, you get the win here at Bristol tonight. So, man, take us through your race and how you brought home that 6 machine with the win.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think y'all know it better than anybody. Bristol's not one of my favorites. Never have enjoyed it that much, but just tried to do what I always do. Just hang around best I can. Just kind of stay in the top 5 or so, and just see what happens. And whoever would have thought that getting loose and wrecking yourself would have been the best thing that could happen to you. So yeah, after I wrecked there on my own, we had caution. I don't know, 10 or 12 laps later, and I was able to get the tires and just run up through the field. The tires were huge in this race. It didn't take long for them to fall off big time. So yeah, I was able to work my way back up towards the front, and then just had a really good pit stop and came out ahead of Trevor and was able to hold on there. Yep.
Well, Cody, we saw throughout the race several times you would let Trevor go burn his stuff up, and then you would kind of run him down at the end, towards the end of the runs, and each time you got to him, you would be right there, and then the caution would come out before you could really start putting pressure on him and try to get around him. Were you feeling at any point like that was just going to be how the race was going to go for you tonight?
Yeah. It definitely seemed that way. I know that first longer run we had, I wasn't close to him, but I had started kind of closing that gap, and I was kind of just inching my way there, and then the caution fell, of course, and then going back to when I wrecked and came in and got the tires, I was a good bit faster than him there, and we were just kind of working through some lap traffic and all that kind of stuff. I think if I'd had just a couple more laps, I'd have got on around him, but I was literally a foot behind his front bumper there when that caution fell. So, but we had, like I said, we had a really good pit stop, and just was able to come out ahead of him there, and then just kind of held on from there.
Well, up here in the booth, we're always pulling for you, man. So congratulations on bringing home the win, your second one of the season. Should solidify your standings there at the top, as Nathan Summerville had an uncharacteristically off night tonight, finishing 25th. So you should be by yourself out there in the points lead. And again, congratulations on a strong run. Anybody you want to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yeah, sir. I'd just like to thank our sponsors at Goat Locker Racing, Veterans 48, GLR Insurance Advisors, Jam Printing Promotions. Nice to get those guys in victory lane again. Just like to thank my teammates, Alex and Ryan and Jake. Just couldn't do it without those guys helping me. And just like to thank y'all for putting on this awesome league, man. We have a blast doing this every Thursday. And then I'd like to thank y'all for what you do in the broadcast booth. We appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Well, good to see that Goat Locker Racing truck, Jam Printing Promotions truck in Victory Lane again this season. Been a strong start to the season for you. Looking forward to seeing that truck back at Victory Lane a lot more. So, congratulations on the win tonight, man. Get out there and celebrate, and we'll see you behind the wheel of the car next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope we can get a few more this year. Appreciate y'all.
Well, I'm going to say it. You're going to say it, but I get to say it first. We got the best damn drivers out here, Jamie. This was
Yep.
200 laps at Bristol, and we have 4, maybe 5 cautions. Um,
Yeah.
with
I mean,
28 trucks on the track, we got the best damn league out here.
yeah. Yeah, I mean they did a really good job, and even in the cautions that came out were not, it was never the big, huge pile up like you'll see at Bristol. Everybody did a good job of minimizing the carnage when the accidents did happen. So, again, just can't brag on these guys enough. I mean, and we end up with 11 cars on the lead lap. Uh, it's really competitive.
Yeah, it's super competitive, and makes. We talk about a lot too, man. I want to be out there on the track with these guys. I mean, there's some damn good drivers out here, and we saw it all night long. They give a lot of respect to one another. There's not a lot of crowding. There's not a lot of blocking. There's not a lot of those types of things. The slower guys know they're a little slower and off the pace, and they give the faster guys the right of way. And that's what makes a great league, and it makes a great group of drivers, and they can come out here and enjoy themselves, and we get to enjoy some phenomenal racing here, but some great runs throughout the field here tonight. Again, can't say enough about the run for Ryan Pendleton and that 23 machine. Just a little off in the qualifying set there, but races that truck back up into 7th position. All 4 Goat Locker Racing trucks in the top 10 here tonight. So huge shout out to our team there. Congratulations, guys. Kenneth Pack, man. We talked about him a few times tonight. We don't get a chance to talk to him a lot throughout the season, but Kenneth Pack brings that truck home in 11th position, man. So,
Yep.
man, what a job!
Absolutely, great run for him tonight.
You know,
Definitely a great run at a tough track.
and we see Greg Sherman, who got his truck up into that 13th position. So a great run for him as well. As we look back through the field here, a couple tough breaks. Doug Neal gets into that late accident there, and that kind of does his night in. Nathan Somerville finishes 125 last down. Nate Moyer had to leave the race early there, so a couple guys, a couple of our very strong trucks just having really off nights here tonight. So they're gonna have some work ahead of them as the season moves on. But some great nights out of some other guys too. As we kind of talked at the end of the race, Joe Yakes with another strong run here tonight finishes in that 4th position. And as we talked to him last week, he's looking for those good points nights here because he had a bad couple of races to start this thing off. So thanks to everybody that tunes in. I'll try not to ramble too. I feel like sometimes, Jamie, I ramble on when I'm closing these races out.
All good.
All right. Thanks to everybody that joined us on Super Thursday. I still got this whole monster truck thing going on in my head for some reason too. I don't know why. It's like I want to use it now. But what a great race! What a great group of drivers! Can't wait to get a few more of these things kicked off, like we talked about. Getting some more giveaways out there, getting some more hats out there. Doing our fundraiser for Veterans 48. So you all stay tuned. Thank you for all the words of encouragement and all the support that we get. Tomorrow night kicks off the Goat Locker Racing Extreme Xfinity Series playoffs. So wish us luck there. And then on Sunday, be sure to join us for the ARCA race. Jake Ellingson is heading that one up, and it's been a lot of fun to race those cars on Sundays. And then as we look into next week, we'll have our Super Late Model Series on Tuesday. We will be back behind the wheel of these trucks on Thursday. And then the following week, we're taking that week off. So that'll be the first break for season number 3 here. So be sure to get your chances to tune in here over the next week and a half before we take our little break there. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the upcoming days.